They don't stop just because you walked away. Sometimes that's when the games really begin. When the curtain falls on a toxic relationship, you're left breathless, burnt out, and hopeful for a new beginning. It feels like freedom, at first. But if you've been there, you know the truth. The end of the relationship is rarely the end of the manipulation. They don't disappear quietly. They hover. They poke. They reappear just when you're starting to heal. And it leaves you wondering, am I really free of this person? Or are they still pulling strings behind the scenes? In this video, we're breaking down 10 subtle but powerful warning signs that you're still dealing with a narcissist, even after you've moved on. Whether it's an ex-partner, a toxic parent, or a friend who keeps re-entering your life on their terms, these signs will help you recognize the trap before you get pulled back in. 1. They don't say goodbye. How did your relationship end? Was there a brutal blow-up, a quiet fade-out, or somewhere in between? Narcissistic relationships don't often have neat endings. They're more like defused bombs. The explosive anger and drama might seem like it's over, but they could flare up at any moment. And while you may be breathing a sigh of relief, that relief could turn to fear when they show up unannounced, seemingly out of nowhere. And instead of saying, "I'm sorry I hurt you," they say, "Are you seeing someone new?" And that little comment lands like a punch. It's a way of testing the waters, gauging if you're still affected by their presence. They may also express curiosity about your life, ask about your well-being, or mention something they know you'll find interesting, all in an effort to stay connected and maintain control. Just remember, narcissists thrive on chaos and control, and if they haven't had that dramatic confrontation, they won't feel like they've won. So pay close attention to any attempts at reconciliation or casual contact. Don't let your guard down. 2. They use others to gather intelligence. Remember that old adage, keep your friends close and your enemies closer? Well, that's a tactic narcissists live by. When the relationship ends, they might start casting a wider net, using mutual friends or acquaintances to keep tabs on you. Perhaps you hear from someone you haven't spoken to in ages. They say, "Hey, your ex wanted me to tell you, blah, blah, blah." Now, what does this information actually tell you? Is it gossip? Is it an attempt to know more about your life? It's their way of getting closer without being direct, of keeping tabs on you and your life. And they can do this with family members, too. If they know your parents, siblings, or other relatives, they might try to insert themselves into those relationships. If you have kids, they might try to spend time with them. All of this gives them valuable intelligence on how you're doing and allows them to maintain some level of control. It's not about genuine concern. It's about keeping you in their sights. 3. They know your schedule better than you do. Time management is crucial, but few can master it like a narcissist. They might inquire about your daily routine, observe your habits, and monitor your social media posts to piece together your schedule. Do they suddenly know which days you go to the gym or which nights you tend to stay in? A bit creepy, right? By knowing your routines, they can plan their own actions accordingly. Say, for example, you've started a new exercise routine at the gym at a certain time. They'll show up at the gym around the same time, usually without making a fuss. This can be unnerving. It means they're aware of your habits, your interests, and your life. If they seem to know too much about your life or your habits, even after you've ended things, it's a clear sign that they're watching you. 4. They project onto you. Think back to that last fight, the words that stung and stuck with you. Narcissists often leave relationships with simmering resentment. They don't forget the hurts, real or imagined. And when they come up, they're not always the most eloquent. So they project onto you. They might use phrases like, "You never did this or that for me," or "You didn't understand me." But behind these statements lies their own reflection. It's a defense mechanism to deflect blame and bring the focus back on you. Don't take the bait. You're already out of the water. 5. They subtly taunt you. On social media, nothing beats a good insult. It's witty, it's bitter, and it's passive-aggressive. Narcissists can resort to taunts and jabs disguised as jokes or clever remarks. They might post cryptic quotes on social media that jab at you or speak to others about how they've moved on. The goal is to evoke a response. Any reaction, positive or negative, is a victory for them. Don't take the bait. Narcissists thrive on chaos and drama. Give them none of it. 6. they stay in your periphery. Once a narcissist loses interest, they might seem to vanish only to pop up in unexpected places. You could see them at a coffee shop you frequent or notice their car parked outside your gym. Their goal is to make their presence felt. It's a subtle reminder that they're still around. Why? To keep you looking over your shoulder, to make you think twice before moving on. Narcissists want to be the last thing on your mind. 7. They reach out with no explanation. If you've broken things off and then you don't hear from them for weeks or months, consider this. Is it really because they've changed or found someone new? Narcissists are unpredictable. Their silence could be a prelude to an ambush. They might randomly send a message or email without any context. That lack of explanation is intentional. They want to see how you react, whether you'll reach out to them or ignore them. If you respond, they may continue messaging. But if you don't, they might move on to their next target. 8. They ask for small favors. Maybe you receive a text asking you to pick up a dry cleaning item or run a quick errand. Or perhaps they ask for advice or emotional support. Seemingly harmless, right? Well, these small asks are tests. They gauge your willingness to help and your ability to set boundaries. If you agree, they might escalate their requests. If you refuse, they might sulk or criticize. But either way, they're pushing your buttons. Stay firm on your boundaries. 9. They try to win over your loved ones. Friends, siblings, parents, even children. Narcissists have a knack for creating drama and turning people against you. They might shower your loved ones with gifts, compliments, and promises, trying to sway them to their side. Or they might criticize you, playing the victim and painting you in a negative light. Their goal: disrupt your support system. If they can't isolate you, they'll try to influence your inner circle. Remember, narcissists feed off control. And what's the best way to control you? By controlling those you care about. 10. They're evasive and vague. Are you getting mixed signals? Did they post a vague statement about missing someone? Did they praise you in a Facebook post and tag you? Narcissists can make things complicated by being intentionally evasive or vague. They might ask for your number and then avoid actually calling or texting you. This is a game, a cat and mouse dance to keep you guessing. They crave the chase, so the more elusive they are, the more they feel in control. Be clear with your boundaries and needs. Don't play their game. Have you recognized any of these signs? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might resonate with someone else going through the same thing. And remember, you are not alone. Thanks for watching.